Hello, we're filming this on the 12th of October, and the date is important because yesterday was big news in Pattaya. The Thai Prime Minister announced that from the 1st of November, 10 countries, which he didn't actually name, well, he named 5 of them, but not all of them. People from 10 countries will be able to come into Thailand without quarantine as long as you are fully vaccinated and take a PCR test. We don't exactly know the details of when you will be tested and how you will get from the airport, etc. So we will be doing a video about that on this channel as soon as we have details. But I was thinking, it might be a couple of years since you've actually been here to Pattaya, and there's so much that has changed here in this town. So I thought I'd do a top 10 countdown and the top 10 things that I think have changed here in Pattaya since your last visit. If you don't know me, my name's Phil. Some people call me Mr. Egg. I'm the boss of Le Pub Pattaya on Soi Diamond. Watch this because number 1 might surprise you. Number 10, and the very first thing that you will notice when you come to Pattaya is that many of your favourite bars and restaurants and go-go's and nightclubs are closed. Many may have just changed hands, but many will be closed and not opening whatsoever. We're here on Walking Street. This is the old Simon 2 beer bar complex. My mate from West Bromwich used to love coming here, going to we used to call it the Ballistic Bar, but it wasn't called that, I know, but everyone called it the Ballistic Bar right there. The Frog Bar right here. They were absolutely slamming all night, all day. It was a great couple of bars. They've been closed really since last April. And look at this, 6 weeks to go before we can open legally, and clearly this beer bar complex is not going to be open. In fact, if you can read Thai, this says here that the land is for rent, bigger than 22 metres by 50 metres. So they're clearly looking for new landlords here. Whether or not they keep the beer bars here is anybody's guess. So some of the familiar places that you're used to seeing aren't going to be there anymore. But it's not all bad news. Because there are projects that are going on all around Pattaya that are redeveloping and rejuvenating the nightlife and entertainment areas. And we've been given access to SAPPHIRE Club here on Soi 15 on Walking Street, where, as you can hear by the angle grinders, the drills and the smell of paint, there is a brand new refurbishment going on here in the main area of SAPPHIRE. But also, let's take a quick peek upstairs. Believe it or not, this is going to be transformed into the most exclusive area of Walking Street. Upstairs here at SAPPHIRE is going to have multiple themed areas which you can basically just hire and chill out and have a party all by yourself and with the SAPPHIRE girls. There's going to be a Japanese themed area and also a Vegas themed area, and I've been reliably informed that what goes on in Vegas stays in Vegas. So we got to say thank you to the crew at SAPPHIRE for giving us a little bit of a peek of some exciting stuff that's happening here on Walking Street. It's not all bad, as I said before. There is one thing that you are going to notice when you come here, and that is that many of the familiar faces are not going to be here. Over the last 2 years, many of the staff that work in the bars, and I'm not just talking about the girls, I'm talking about maybe the managers and the mama-sans, have left and are now doing their own thing. I've got a girl who was working for me called Bill. Many of you may remember her from Thai Girls Play Pool. She's moved on and she's now working, or she's set up her own little business in a nail salon, which she's doing hair, she's doing nails, and we wish her all the best. She might come back in a bar, who knows. Many girls have set up little small mom and pop shops. There are girls that are selling articles of clothing, makeup, hair products online, and that is a successful business for them, and they may have decided that this is the future for them and they won't be going back into dancing on a stage for 8 hours a day in high heels. You want to try that? That's not easy. So expect to see some regular faces, expect to see some new faces, but there are a lot of staff, girls, that you won't be seeing again. But I will guarantee this, the anticipation here in this city is that when you come back, you are going to get the biggest welcome and the biggest smile of your life. Number 8 is infrastructure. Notoriously bad here in Pattaya, but whilst you've been away, a lot of work has been done. The storm drains have been dug up and laid down, and stormwater does drain a lot quicker. And one of the things that they've been doing in certain areas of the city is burying all the electricity and the communications cables underneath the ground. One of the places they've done that is here on Beach Road, and you never used to be able to look up and see the beautiful skyline. It was always interrupted by lines and cables. Those are all underneath now. There's here over North Pattaya by Terminal 21 as well. And I have to say, there is ongoing work for this on Walking Street. It's going very slowly. In fact, we was going to film there today, but nobody turned up to work, so maybe another time. So infrastructure is looking a little bit better. And another thing that you might find very pleasing to the eye is this. Yes, believe it or not, Pattaya does have a beach. If you're a beach bod, then come on down, because the beach is looking exceptionally clean. Even when there's been storm and monsoon water, the beach is cleared up very, very soon. You might find that there are a lot more domestic tourists here on the beach. So you'll see a lot more Thai people, a lot of Thai families that come down from Rayong or from Bangkok. It's very, very nice, especially at the weekend. So changes on the beach and changes up in the air. Number 7, and we've come here to, some may recognise as the world famous Bush Mountain, well-known resting place for Thai taxi drivers and bus drivers. And number 7 is what you can see behind me, and it's something that is quite emotive for a lot of people, and that is the Soi Dogs. The curfew has come, everywhere's been closed, we've all been in bed, and whilst we've been in bed, the dogs have taken over the roads. There is an awful lot of Soi Dogs around here in Pattaya at the moment, especially in areas like here, Pratamak and Jomtien. Not so many in Beach Road. Now, some people like dogs, others like me who have been bitten twice by Soi Dogs have other views on this. But whatever it is something that you must be very aware of. I haven't really got any tips about how to deal with them. Some people say pretend to throw a stone, pick one up or whatever, but all I'll say is, especially at night time, be very careful and make sure that you're not around a lot of Soi Dogs, which do seem to be taking over the streets at the moment. Hey, Number 6, and it's all about the roads. Well, not the roads, but what's on top of it. Traffic seems to have definitely got a lot quieter, especially all those massive, great big tour buses full of Chinese people that are going to and from hotels to tourist attractions. They've completely dried up. In fact, it's very, very rare to ever see a tour bus now here in Pattaya. And so that might be a very positive thing. Another thing that you might think is good is that there are going to be less Japanese and Korean customers and tourists here in Pattaya. No problem with those, they're always very nice and well behaved, but they are people that some guys think tend to take the best looking girls from the go-go bars. There's no talk about those people and those countries opening up and coming back to Pattaya yet, so get here early and let's get in with the pretty girls, because they won't be in town. The number 5 change that you're going to notice here in Pattaya at the moment is convenience stores. Closed. A lot of them. 7-Elevens and Family Marts. One of the things that always attracted me to Pattaya, one of the first things I noticed, was the fact that you could get up 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, go and get a hot dog or go and get a coffee. The 7-Elevens and the Family Marts were always open. Not so much now. And another thing I've noticed, this one is still here, but a lot of convenience stores are taking out their ATMs. I've noticed that Thailand, Pattaya, has changed to more of a cashless society. A lot of the locals, Thais and expats here use things like True Money, True Wallet, and even some of the smaller restaurants that you go to may be accepting payments by credit and debit cards. So less chances to pull out cash, but more chances to use your credit card, and that's a big change that you will notice. And as if by magic, oh shit, I forgot what number it is. Hold on. We've moved down Second Road to Soi 7, where there is a feeling of optimism here. Here is a beer bar complex that was looking very, very shabby a few months ago. If you remember the video where me and Mark Flack came down, this was looking a bit old. They've obviously given it a very, very nice lick of paint. There's brand new fans that are in here, and these beer bars are empty at the moment, but looking like they're ready to be rented out and going for the 1st of December. Number 4, we are recording this on the 12th of October, and number 4 is very, very likely to change. But as we record right now, number 4 is the dreaded curfew. Right now, from 10 p.m. till 4 a.m, everybody has to be back home. Certainly no businesses are allowed to be open. There shouldn't be any taxis or anything going around. In reality, you go out at that time once or twice. I may have done it. There are little restaurants open, and there are markets open, and there are taxis operating at that time, but they shouldn't be. And certainly if you was in any kind of entertainment venue or restaurant and the police came, you would be in serious trouble if you got caught. So as we speak, those wonderful nights when you were out boozing till 4, 5 o'clock in the morning, you went home and you had a breakfast before you got into bed, they're not coming back right now. Watch this space, because the curfew may change. There is a meeting at the end of this week that might change the hours, but as we speak, curfew is at number 4, and be prepared for disappointment if you like going out really late at night. Number 3, and it's the use of the internet to do things that you used to do regularly. Things like food services, grab food and the like. Also, of course, the emergence of things like Bolt Taxi to replace motorbike taxis, and also OnlyFans to see girls. These are something, use of internet services is something that has been going on all over the world during the pandemic, and Pattaya is no exception. You can get food services to deliver to your hotel for as long as the restaurants are open, and of course you can get a Bolt Taxi on your phone where you would probably have got a motorbike taxi. Number 2, and this is going to be a really controversial one, it's the wearing of face masks, temperature checks and hand gel. Here in Southeast Asia, people are still wearing face masks. In fact, it is illegal for me to be not wearing a face mask outside, although I have to be honest, I don't wear a face mask outside now very often. I just don't see the point. But when you go inside a 7-Eleven or a big shopping mall like we have the Royal Garden Plaza here, you will be required to check temperature, to clean your hands with alcohol gel, and to wear a face mask. I know that this is a real hot potato and some people feel very strongly about this. If you may have seen a few months ago when this American fast food restaurant opened, there was in the first week an altercation between a customer and another customer about face masks. The customer who didn't wear a face mask was later arrested and made to make a public apology. If this is something that you feel so strongly about, wearing face masks, checking temperatures, that you feel it's going to enrage you, then I would say this: if the police are called, there's only going to be one winner, and that means that you're going to probably spend a few hours or maybe even a night in the police station. My advice to you would be either delay your holiday until things calm down a little bit and face masks are worn less and less, or maybe go to a quieter place. Ignore Pattaya and Bangkok, maybe go to some islands where there may be less stress about you not wearing a face mask. Personally, I'm quite happy to wear one inside a shop, and to be honest, my personal opinion, I think that the wearing of face masks is going to be something that is here in small convenience stores and in shopping centres for quite some time. So if that's a problem, be warned, it is something that is being strictly enforced inside here in Southeast Asia. I hope you've enjoyed the video. We haven't done number one yet because number one might surprise you. The thing you're going to notice most when you come here to Pattaya from the last 2 years is the amount of annoying YouTubers that seem to be dominating this city. Everywhere you go, you see guys taking selfies with microphones, talking like they know all about the place. They are so annoying. But seriously, I went to see some boxing the other day, and whilst I was sitting down having my breakfast, there were 2 YouTubers that came up to me. Fine, I don't mind being filmed on camera, but there are people that wouldn't be happy about that, and if that's going to annoy you, it might be something that you want to think about. If you come to my bar, the pub, we're never going to film while there are customers in the bar. We do live streaming and we do videos, obviously, but we won't be doing that when there are customers there, so you can sit there in confidence. You won't be filmed. So 10 things that you might find different here in Pattaya. What do you think? Is there something that's really going to annoy you? Is there something that you think is good? Let me know down below in the comments. Stay tuned because there are more videos coming up all about Pattaya, recommended just for you. But until then, I'm Phil, otherwise known as Mr. Egg. See you in the pub and see you soon. Bye.